Hey, I'm going to be starting up real soon. Whoa! Sensitivity is really high. Let's turn that down a bit. Turn that down to there. Yeah, I was doing some recording for something else, and my sensitivity is really high. Oh, it's a little too high, too. That's a good point right there. Oh, so, alright, good. Alright, hey guys. Long weekend for me. Let's see what's going on here. Just getting my file more or less arranged. The same thing we were doing last night, just kind of cleaning up an illustration that I'd done. I really want to get this done, and I want to set it up as kind of like a centerpiece on my website. So I'm probably going to be tuning it. I have a dark themed website, so I might be adding some padding around this. Trying to figure that out. I'm probably going to add something to sort of like elements to vignette the main piece, and give it some depth and dimension, so it almost looks like you're peering through a window. That's kind of the idea. We're not quite there yet. Yeah, so we're gonna start real soon. My nose is hurting a lot. Don't know what that's about. What is it? Oh. Listening to Dungeon Synths as we do. I'm gonna adjust this window so you actually see more of the I'm going to show more of my actual screen here. Doesn't make it easy. Thought this would be simple to adjust. Oh, it's locked. That's why. Let's unlock it. Just gonna jumble it around a bit. I was thinking about doing, when I was first streaming, I did this thing where I had a video kind of playing in the background. I think I might do that again. I didn't hate that, so. Just going to test my borders. This is the bottom. This is, yeah, it's about the top. That's good. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try putting a video in the background like I used to. You know what? Actually, I won't. What is this? Oh, I remember that. Okay, I know what that is. I can put a video in the background. Hey, I am actually. I'm gonna back us up to the stream starting soon. I'm gonna quickly relieve myself, I guess. That sounds gross when I say it like that. I'm going to the bathroom. There. All right, I'll be back in just a second. Cut the curtains. Return. All right. Oh, my mic's done. Here we go. All right, time to get back into it. Super sorry about that. Just gonna my brushes, make sure my layers are good. That's good. The same brush as I did last time. Tablet's all calibrated, so we're ready to go. Only took us a few minutes this time. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna work on finishing up defining this tree. I think I have a button on here that, there it is. I am in the most awkward position possible to do this. Adjust my desk a little bit. That's a little bit better. Might not talk too much tonight. I don't know what to say. I didn't do much today. I visited Harvard University. Went to the museums there. So I had a good day. Had some fun. Doing something here that I don't quite understand. There's like a branch there that I didn't quite draw in. I'm not sure if I should. You know what? I will. I'll do this. Some of these other branches I just gotta fix up. I am thinking that like doing art like this might become sort of the mainstay on the stream. So if you like little settings and stuff like that, I think that's between doing like dungeon design. I was considering doing a lot of art kind of centered around like doing layouts and stuff, which is like, I feel like it's just, it could be kind of interesting, but layouts are, they can be kind of tiresome for me. So, and this is already, not that this is tiresome, but like sometimes I get sleepy doing this. No. No, like so like book layouts. So it's one thing I'm trying to get better at is layouts. The other day I found out how dismally out of touch I am with Adobe InDesign, which I used to love and I used to toy with all the time. Now I'm just like, well, I gotta pick up and like refresh that skill set. So probably won't subject anybody watching the stream to that because it's just it's tedious at best to sometimes relearn a skill. It's not actually something you probably want to stream, so I'll not do that. It's easy to pick up though. I'm sure opening up. I once had a job interview and I needed to know a certain software set, and I knew software that was like the software that they wanted me to use, so I just told them I knew how to use it, and I got like a free trial for the software, and I learned all of CAD Lite over the course of like 3 days. And I basically learned that I probably don't want to do that job. Not because CAD Lite, I don't like CAD Lite, but more because like CAD Lite was like, I was like, this is a really tedious way to do something that like shouldn't be as tedious as it is. But it was like precision drawing, which I do currently. I do currently do very precise drawings, but they are, I would say, oh gosh, what was that? I don't know. I do very precise drawings nowadays, but there's a degree of looseness to it where I get to determine the dimensions and stuff. So it's a little bit easier. Technical drafting on like an architectural scale, which is like a whole new monster. I just don't feel like it. I draw trees, so doing that stuff is just a little bit too rigid as far as like professional illustration goes. It seems more like a job for an engineer. And I think engineers would appreciate me saying that, to be honest. Because I work with some engineers, and whenever they try to send me drawings, it's clear that they need someone who's more of an artist. Sometimes. Certain things I'm happy to let the engineers and attorneys handle that with. This is a branch going. Is it going towards or away from us? I need to decide. It looks like I drew it going towards, so, which is a little bit more interesting. And I can actually show that it's going towards us by adding some details to the tree here. Alright, so am I at a point where I can edit this? There's some stuff here I need to fix on this side. This file actually crashed the other day without me being able to save it, but because Photoshop has such wonderful file recovery tools, like, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's going to tell me how like dog shit it is, but compared to some of the other programs I work with, Photoshop is good at, like, there's a storm and the power went out and you didn't lose everything. You just lost like 5 minutes, you know. Actually, the software I work with now constantly crashes, and it probably has the worst autosave. So I'm definitely biased towards anything that has a slightly better autosave feature to it. So. Okay. That's looking much better. Where's my original that I compare it to? Yeah, we're getting better. I'm just gonna keep comparing the original and figure out what I need to touch on next. Because some parts of the original look fine. I think the bench down there is going to be really important. And then I'm going to completely probably redraw out the mountains. Some stuff down there I really want to... I think I'm going to do patching. I'm going to use a patch tool here. Just like the heel brush. I'm just going to start getting rid of some of the really nasty lines on here. I think that one wasn't so bad. It is awfully dark over there, so let's do that. So we're going to go through here and kind of clear up pieces. It just keeps moving it. It keeps copying it and extending it. No! Cut it out. I might end up completely redrawing this bench. The way it's going. It doesn't always work the way you want. It's almost to a point where I feel like I could work with it. Create texture. Content aware, create texture. See, that's good. That's what I want. That's a little bit better. No! Almost. I think that texture is just a little bit too strong. What does proximity patch do? Oh, see, there we go. That's what I want. I'll kind of get a little bit of the original texture of the paper on there. That'll correct some of the things over there. Still wants to do that for me. Just gonna kind of move stuff over and get some of the original texture back in. It's not perfect. Yeah, it keeps like stealing stuff from like a weird area. Let's not do proximity patch. I think it's still on. It's hard to tell if it's on or off. Content aware, I guess. Alright, we're just gonna do that a little bit. I'm gonna start going through other areas on here. This seems like a pretty useful tool. I might just completely see if I can't get rid of this bench. Come on, work for me. There we go. We'll completely redraw it because it was so blurry. Kind of sucked. I'm not happy about it. I think we've gone mad with power here. No! Alright. Do some of that. Come through here and clean up some of this grass that I don't like. See, I did a whole bunch of stuff up here. That's a little bit better. It's kind of like an eraser. I love this. No! It's doing it again. I think we'll sample all layers because over here it's going to be a little bit different. Clean up towards the edges. There's parts of this tree I want to fix. No, thank you. Can you just... There it is. That's fine. A lot of that's fine. Not a fan of this right here. That. Going through here. I like the texture that came through with some of the blurring with the original drawing, the original photo that I took. I like it, except for down here, it just gets just so muddy. So I'm struggling to figure out how I'm going to fix that, but... It's more of a less drawing it, more photo editing. Go onto your butts. We're gonna edit some photos of art. So almost cleaned up. I think I can actually start drawing again soon. I'm just gonna go through the areas where I'm just like not gelling with the texture of it. I'm hoping it's not super noticeable. It is when you zoom in, but like whenever I put it online, is it gonna be nice and neat? We'll see. Alright, so that's a big improvement. Let's look at the original. Bunch of stuff happening in the original I don't like. Okay, so I'm going to use the original to redraw the bench. Alright, so I'm going to bring up the original, open a new layer. We'll just title this bench. Of course, my keyboard is like 100 miles away from me now. Bench. I was just going to zoom in on this bench over here. I'm going to redraw it because I think it looks awful. I don't even think it came in the original drawing. I don't even think it's that great. And like, there's this over here. I don't even know what that is. 19. I think it was actually 7 I was using. Oh no, this is because I'm using. If I go back to my brush, it'll be completely different. No? Do you want to not work now? Why does it not want to draw? I'll have to figure this out now. Mysteries of Photoshop. The layers on, the layers selected. I am drawing, it's just drawing on a different layer than the one I have selected. Okay, it stinks because now I gotta go back like 50 steps. Alright. Add the new layer again. Bench. Okay, now layer bench is working. It was on the right layer, but the layer was behind the... There it is, yep. It's kind of a stupid mistake. Alright, let me just make sure. Well, I'll be able to resize it once I draw it, so I can just kind of go at it. We'll take the original here and we'll just lower the opacity a whole bunch. No, that's 100%. Let's do the original layer. Okay, so we draw. Let me see if the... Nope, that sucks. Rotate my screen a little bit so I can do this line a bit easier. And do a little bit of foreshortening on it. So that's perfect. I'm gonna make it a rough bench, and I'm actually gonna add a split on the water. Where's that button? Nope, wrong button. We're gonna get it eventually. You know, if I start down here and make my way back, it's probably gonna work better for me. It's times like this where I want to use Procreate instead. There. It's not a perfect bench, so... That split isn't straight is probably part of the reason why it kept not working out. So, is it going to bother me until the end of time? Yes. Fix it all the way back to the original split that I drew at the top. Alright, let's try this again. We should have done it before we drew the bowl. I'm going to set a goal point up here, and a goal point down here, so I can just kind of, it's closer. Closer, we're getting there. There it is. I feel like that's just about right. It looks like one of these boards is a little bit bigger than the other, and I think that's... I'm going to say it's acceptable. It's within a good margin of error. A little bit better. Good. I'm doing the thing that I really hate seeing other artists do, which is like redraw a line 30 times. It's like, I think it's because I think I hate it because I feel their frustration of like not quite getting it. So So when people say I can't be an artist, I can't even draw a straight line, it's like, yeah, I mean, neither can I. So yep. We're gonna get there eventually. That's better. That's good enough. Just need to slow down a little bit. I'm trying to like figure out how like the structure and like what it was in my original drawing, because it was definitely made up. It wasn't. I didn't reference anything for it. You know what? I'm gonna hide the original layer and zoom out. We're gonna look at this. The thing that really bothers me about this is I have this like sketchy sort of very characteristic line to everything and not this board, so I'm gonna have to kind of make up and steal some of this texture up here and insert in some of that noise to it now, because I'm trying to redraw something. But I really like the way this bench sits here. It does something for the composition that really helps it out a lot. It kind of creates a place where your eye stops and doesn't fly off the edge of the page. So I think what I'm going to do is get my mouse out and just kind of adjust it. We can move it. I need to find a way to get this end over here to look a little bit smaller, because I did foreshortening on it and now I'm like, should I have? I'm just gonna play with it until it looks right. That might be it right there. I do perspective warp on it. It's gonna stretch it out a lot. That might be it. That's what I need. Alright. I think if it's like that and it's maybe right here. Oh goodness. No, don't do that. I'm gonna grab the bench. I'm just gonna move. Stop it! I'm selecting it, right? And now I'm selecting the bench. How is this happening? That's why we need to lock layers in order to get anything done. Bench. No? Okay, now I can do it. Great. Thanks, Adobe. A little bit larger. A bit longer down. Great, that's exactly where I want it. And that's gonna do a lot for the composition, I feel like, because it kind of, there's this kind of arch shape down here. And I need to sort of keep a person who's looking at this within this arch. And the whole branches reaching up thing also works really well for the composition because that's what I want. Because as part of a website, all of my menu items are going to be up here. So it's okay if a person's eye is constantly being drawn up away from this image. Whereas normally I probably wouldn't want to do that in a composition. So... not that I wouldn't do it, it's just that I would be hesitant to try to put something in that does that. Alright, so I'm going to have to do something that adds a lot of noise to this. I'm going to adjust the bench just slightly because as much as we just toyed with it, getting it right. Oh, really? What? Did it just move? Okay, there it is. I'm gonna have to do a treatment to the lines on this before I bring it to another layer. Because I don't think that the tool that I'm using to draw exactly mimics the ballpoint pen after it's been sort of photographed, and I think the camera did something where it like really sharpened everything up. Just do work on the original, so we gotta unlock that. No, I don't want to do the original. I want to do the edit one. Okay, good. music has a very odd quality to it to me, or it feels like there's two emotions overlaid on each other. Where one tune almost sounds desperate, and one sounds like it's trying to go for like an epic feeling. That's my music analysis. I'm not very good at it. I'm not a musician. There's a time in my life where I decided that I was just going to stick with art and I wasn't going to dink around in other things. So. What was it? Jack of all trades and master of none. I know plenty of people like that. And then, of course, you fall into the same pitfall of like trying to get good at all kinds of art and ways of doing things, like painting, drawing, pen and ink, and then becoming a master of none of those. I think everybody can be like multidisciplinary as far as artists go, but some of us just want to learn how to make everything, and so you get into art and drawing, and next thing you know, you start sewing clothes and making costumes, and just I think it becomes a lot. I think some people can pull it off, but I can't. Especially artists who can also do music, is you get into like triple threat territory. Never could do that stuff. I can play drums. Like for real, not like I beat on things. It's more like I can actually play drums. Alright, let's see if we can't get this. This area down here is really muddy. I want to try to define what's happening. A little bit better. I think it's good that some of this is so sort of hazy, it's left to the imagination a bit, but I want this to, this is clearly like really kind of loose stone put in here. So I want that to actually look like that. We have to find a way still to like mimic this noise. So I think I'm gonna like sample some of this texture and turn it into a brush and then kind of paint it over some of the lines. Or I could just go around it and use a burn tool, and I think that will kind of take the texture that's behind the lines and kind of just emphasize it more. Music makes it sound like I'm drawing a haunted house. Ooh. Okay, so oh, this is the bench. I wanted to touch up this area of the bench here. Make it a little bit shorter. Yeah, a little tired of this particular album, so I'm gonna switch up to a different artist. Whoa, get out of here. Come back. Oh no. I scorned it. Now it doesn't want to. Just didn't want you to. No. Come back now. Alright, let's move it off to a different page. Yeah, that was the artist I had lined up to play next, and I just didn't catch all the repeating songs. Yeah, we're working on the bench. I hope this is okay to play. Usually stuff with words gets flagged. You know what? I want this to look like really kind of like somebody found a bunch of scrap and then they put it together. That'll help it blend in a little bit better. Okay, good. I want something that's like breeze blocks down here, so I was gonna do a broken breeze block, and then I was like, why am I making things harder on myself? Just draw a breeze block, it's easy. I don't think I'm making things hard by making it a breeze block. I just make it rocks. It's rocks now. Artist pro art tip, don't make things harder on yourself. It's kind of ugly, but I guess I'll point across. Kind of just looks like a little car, though. Not a huge fan of, so... I know what I'll do. I'll do the classic comic book artist trick of, like, let's just obscure it a little bit. So I'm going to draw the same forms that I think I had originally. It's just not quite doing it for me. I don't know what's... I do something like that. Alright, it's getting there. Some place that I kind of like what I'm drawing. Almost. Too much. Put a little bit too fine a point on things, so I'll fix that. What's going on? Getting this all set. This might be how I add noise back into the drawings. I just like do stuff like this. I'll treat it here in a second. So. Okay, I think the bench is kind of solidly in there, so let's go ahead and hit. Now let's add a. This is gonna seem kind of weird, but I'm gonna add a. We're gonna add a layer in between bench and the rest of it, and that layer is gonna have a solid white fill to it. Great. I'm gonna merge bench and that layer together. And now I'm going to do a adjustment to this. So let's do a filter gallery. And add some grain to it. Should probably zoom out so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh great, it's not actually affecting anything. I mean, this layer has all the stuff I need to do stuff to on it, so filter gallery. Is it like, this is so weird. All right, so I have layer 3 selected. Layer 3 is this layer. Maybe because it's like so tiny on it. Okay, let's try this again. So filter gallery. I don't have the navigation pane up, so it makes it kind of difficult to see. It should still be like a white background. You know what? Let's do this. Because if filter gallery doesn't have the right settings, it won't work right. Sometimes. Usually. My edit layer. Everything is turned off. This really is its own layer. Image. Filter gallery. Why is it being stupid? Okay, it's this. Filter gallery. It should show that layer. Oh, is this something? No, it could be that it just wasn't doing anything because it was such a large image. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is our... I just want to be zoomed in on the area that we're actually going to be affecting. So we got to cut out, for example, it should, or dry brush rather. Great, so film grain. Why is it doing this? Oh, it's putting 2 layers on there. Okay, good. We've figured out the mystery of it. Alright, so we're gonna add some of the grain back in there. In the highlight area? I don't want any highlight area. Intensity? I don't want to be too intense. Yikes! Oh, I know what highlight area is now. Okay. I want it so this kind of like barely touches it. Okay, good. Yikes. Okay, let's back that off a lot. Okay. So I can add an extra layer to this. I'm gonna trash that one. Let's get charcoal layer going. Okay, good. That's why nothing was happening. Just processing it. It's not working the way I'd hope. I think all my settings have to be like really small. That's probably why it's not working quite. Photocopy. Yeah, that'll do it. Ah, stinks. Alright. We'll get this right. We're gonna get the feeling just right. Where was it? Was it photocopy? And then I'm just going to lower the darkness down a whole bunch. Nah, I think let's turn off this. Let's go check out what brushstrokes can do for me. Oh, and the only problem is the scale of this is kind of messed up, so. Okay, I think what I'm gonna have to do is we're gonna change it from this to multiply. Let's put that layer on. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to like play with the levels on it until it looks right, so. Cancel. Now we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Increase the contrast. If I use legacy, that might do it perfectly. Okay, now it kind of feels like it belongs in there. I'm gonna go ahead and smoosh it in. Change the name of this layer to drawing. Yeah, drawing, that's fine. We'll just stick with it. Thought I had a background on this thing. Oh, I know what happened. Actually, it's probably good for it. My background disappeared because I've been doing this. But actually, I'm okay with that because I'm doing this all wrong. Right. Okay, good. All good. Ruin it. Alright. Is that too dark? Yeah, I think so. going to do a little bit of another layer I had. Let's call this 4. Spelling doesn't matter when it comes to the layers, because no one can see it. It's another fun fact that everybody, you should know that. In case one day you name a layer and you spell it wrong, and then someone says, "Oh, hey, you spelled drawing wrong," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I didn't care. I got it. I know what it is. I know what it meant." I think this is going to be a bit of a kind of an experiment in what this is going to be, but some roughness to this. I have some brushes I'll use to really add in the roughness. I know exactly how I want to do it, so... and do like a keyhole composition. Kind of work it out more precisely as I go, so these plants won't just be like weird blobs. I'm gonna fill out the composition here and frame it in. I probably won't even need this like vignetting I just put on, but it helps me kind of figure out this other stuff. Okay. don't think I want clouds in that sense. If I do clouds, they're probably gonna be like, or clouds are just a great way to put in like a really abstract form in the background. It kind of draws. You can go and play with the values with it. So it's like if I did clouds, I'd probably go pick a direction. We could go in contrast of these branches. We could kind of go with them. Kind of do clouds like that. I don't know, the clouds kind of have that shape. Clouds really do this, by the way. Like they'll appear to point something out in real life. You look for it, you'll see it every now and then. And it's kind of neat. So we'll do that. It'll be a really subtle effect whenever I sketch out the final version. So I'm gonna do some bushes on this. We got plenty of bushes over here. This area looks nice and lush and green. It has lots of stuff going on. This area over here is kind of like, it's definitely missing some stuff. So let's erase that. We'll do something like, we'll draw on some plants like this over here. I'm drawing some evergreens because this is a high altitude setting. It's like weird that there's like more deciduous trees and less evergreens. So I kind of draw them as if the tops of them are peeking out over this kind of crest in the hill here. I almost want to put a wheelbarrow out here. It never makes sense that there would be a wheelbarrow. Maybe just kind of like peeking out the side here, like this. No. Let me do something because I don't want to confuse this with the drawing layer, which I'm currently doing. So I'm going to do a color overlay. Make it green because I'm doing plant stuff. And say okay. So everything I draw that's on this layer will be green now. I'm having fun. Hope you're having fun too. Alright, so I'll do some of the drawing around there. I think what I'll do with this piece in here is I'm going to go in, I'm going to add that noise, I'm going to do the burning effect to it, so it'll bring out some of the dark colors where they should be. I'm going to correct and kind of knock back some of this. So I'm going to go ahead and get a brush. I'm going to go ahead and lock this layer down because I don't want to draw on it. I might hide this layer for now. Got my drawing layer here. Okay. Just kind of erase away some of the edges on this. So I think it's easier to work from the inside than it is to work from the outside. This is going to be like a stop sign or like just a circular sign. Now I'm thinking it's going to be like a sort of like homemade looking sign. Okay, that's... I can tell I meant to draw a post here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of clearing up the edges of it. I'll add in the noise later again. Where else can I clean up? Like right here, you can tell that's a little messed up. Okay, so it looks messy. Good. I'm gonna go ahead and select. Got a nice dark color going. Feet are starting to hurt me. I don't want to do that. If I do it, it's going to be a very thin line. Let me see how that looks. Okay, put the shovel over there is almost like a silhouette of a shovel. It's kind of weird. It's like the only dark shape over there. So 11:39 here again. I think yesterday I got started way earlier, and I felt. No, it didn't. No, yesterday I did another. I did a really late one. And it was basically drawing the same thing I am tonight. To decide what I want to do up here. I don't know. We could just put like a letter on it. It's a sign, so I feel like I gotta put something on the sign. Put like a falling rock sign or something. The only thing is, like, there's no symbols or like graphic shapes in this at all. It's all pretty like naturalistic. So if I put something on the sign, I feel like it has to be really broken up and faded. Otherwise, it's gonna be, again, like with a lot of things, it's easy to get distracted if you start putting like rigid shapes in there. Like if I put, like I was testing out like the number 4. Now the number 4 is like really prominent in this, and so you got to ask yourself, well, what does that mean? Why is there the number 4 here? Yeah, I feel like it's taking away. Maybe I think whatever I put here has to be like a really implied thing. Like it can be like, if it's the number 4, it's got to look like this. kind of looks almost faded out. Or I could do text on there like almost. Come on. It's only going to be a hint of a sign. Just trying to make it look like really faded. Even then, it's like such a small detail. I might just have to get rid of the sign altogether. Just have it be like something hanging from a post, or like a jacket hanging on a thing, or maybe just get rid of the shape altogether. It's very distracting, and I feel like it needs to have something there. I hate to work on this for a third night in a row, but it's getting kind of late. I think I'll try to finish this up on my own off the stream, since I spend an awful lot of time drawing anyways, so I might as well just try to get it done. You get the idea. We've got this a lot of. If I do continue on this, it won't be this. It'll be after I finish all the details of the like main drawing here. Ugh, gosh, sorry, I'm probably making people kind of motion sick. It'll be after I finish this off, so I won't be working on this main image. I'll be working on the sort of keyhole vignette around it, where I have these like trees on the side and stuff going on over here to kind of frame in everything. So it'll be just working on the frame. If I'm doing this, so we'll see. In any case, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to bed. I have a feeling that as I move past certain projects, I'm really just trying to finish up designing my website. Once I think my website gets completely put together the way I want it to, I'm gonna have more free time to be doing the things that that people actually enjoy seeing, like me drawing by hand and probably me drawing character sketches and dungeon designs, which I think people are probably more fond of. This is a front page centerpiece item on the website, so I thought, get this done out of the way. And I've kind of discovered that I really like drawing stuff like this, so you can expect more sort of like, I don't know, like a study in like decaying structures and stuff, falling apart, that kind of stuff. I don't know, there's something about drawing it is like really relaxing and really kind of frees you from, like, if I was drawing a city building, I'd have to be really rigid and precise, and I could put like greenery growing on it and like vines crawling up the side of a building, but it wouldn't be the same as taking a building that looked like it was a bit ramshackle and adding to it and adding elements to it and making it look kind of hodgepodge together with scrap is a lot more fun, and it makes a thing look like almost it grew out of trash, or it grew out of like not somebody who is a contractor, not a person who builds houses built this, somebody who needed a house built this, which is, I don't know, I like that feeling a bit better. But anyways, I go on and on, so that's it for me tonight. Y'all have a good night. If you like what you saw tonight, go ahead and give me a follow. If you follow, you watch this later, I'll still shout you out. So quick shout out. I mean, we had Dragon J follow a few times, Bizarre Joe a while ago. I had a whole day where a lot of people were following all at once. And here recently, what I'm calling Look 4. Look 4. You got one of them names. You got 2 L's, UK 4. I don't know how to say that, but I appreciate you following. It's cool. Hey, if you're out there and you're just hanging out in the chat and you're not chatting, it's cool. Thanks for lurking. Appreciate that. Though, if you do say stuff, it helps out. That's how this works. Hit the you like it, you interact in chat. It really helps the channel get noticed a lot more. That's how the metrics work on Twitch, I believe. I know this because whenever you're a streamer, it tells you to do certain streamer goals, and part of that is engage with chat a lot more. So it must have something to do with how the stream gets ranked and ordered, because right now I think I'm like on the 50th page back. So but you know what, that's why I'm saying it's, if you lurk, it's cool. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Anyways, yep, that's the ending. Get out of here. Bye. It's over. Good night.